Buenos días, señores, ¿cómo están? Gracias por estar con nosotros en este segundo día del PolarisControls Summit 2021. Hoy tenemos el placer de tener a Jean Philippe Fontaine del grupo McIntosh. Él maneja las ventas para todas las regiones fuera de Estados Unidos, Europa, Latinoamérica, Asia. El amigo Jean Philippe habla francés porque es de Francia, habla inglés, habla chino, cosa rarísima, pero ahí tenemos un buen trivia acerca de Jean Philippe. Así que ahí estamos con lo que vamos a hacer hoy. Hablemos un poquito de lo que hicimos ayer. Ayer hicimos una intro de 1 hora hablando de tendencias en el mercado y cosas que vamos a estar viendo en los próximos años. Adicionalmente, vimos presentaciones de Lutron en la parte presidencial, Lutron en la parte comercial. Hablamos de Sonance y de James Loudspeaker. Y al final del día hablamos de lea amplificación o lea profesional. Una de las cosas que dije que les iba a mostrar eran los conectores. Aquí están los conectores de lea. Los saqué ayer, pero se me olvidó mostrarlos. Así que ahí estamos con eso. Tuvimos un foro muy bueno acerca de cómo hacer proyectos repetibles. Teníamos a 3 expertos de la industria, uno de NTX en México, otro de High Class Technology en Colombia y el tercero de IQ Home en Ecuador. Hoy tenemos otro foro a la 1 de la tarde, enfocado más bien en la parte de teatros y en la parte de two-channel HiFi, HiFi de 2 canales. El formato de hoy es sencillo. En la mañana nos estamos enfocando en la parte de HiFi. Tendremos primero a Rotel, después tendremos a Sonus Faber con el director de desarrollo de tecnología de Sonus Faber y hoy en día es el embajador de la marca. Luego tendremos a Project, una marca nueva que estaremos representando, brindada por el grupo McIntosh en este lado del mundo. Y entonces en la tarde tenemos 3 marcas para teatros. Estén pendientes con nosotros. Estaremos enviando los diferentes links o pueden usar los links que están en el PDF. Sin más por el momento, agradecido siempre por su apoyo y por estar con nosotros. Le paso el balón al amigo Jean Philippe Fontaine. Jean Philippe, bienvenue, bonjour.
Merci. Hola, ¿qué tal? My name is Jean Philippe Fontaine, Juan Felipe, I guess I can say. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for the Asia Pacific and Latin America regions for the group McIntosh. So, what we do McIntosh, of course, also Sonus Faber, Sumiko Phono cartridges, and Rotel. I think just after me, you will be with Paolo Tezzon from Sonus Faber. That's also going to be a super webinar. You're in good hands. But today I'm here to introduce a few new products for Rotel and also refresh a little bit our memory on some current products and see what we do. I'll start with refreshing a little bit what we've launched Q4 of 2020, namely our Michi X3 and X5 integrated amplifiers. Hold on, okay. A few shots and then I'll move to the X5. So our X5 integrated amplifier is a class AB 350 watts integrated power amplifier. It's got a very special DAC, a special DAC, namely an AKM 32-bit 764 kilohertz digital to analog converter. It's got 14 source inputs, including balance XLR, moving magnet phono, USB with MQA, analog and digital, lots of analog and lots of digitals, aptX and AAC wireless Bluetooth. It's a precision-tuned analog signal path with dual independent toroidal transformers, quad-aligned high-efficiency bulk storage capacitors. Those are all the specifications, and you can find many more on the product specification sheet. But what I really would like to suggest and show, it's what it does. The result is deep, rich, and super powerful controlled bass energy. In the lower part of the spectrum, you have something that is very, very controlled, and that's important. Why it's important? Because in terms of bass, when you go to, you know, what I call liquid bass, then your music has almost no meaning. And I will say that several times throughout this, you know, 45, 50 minutes that we are together, but it is clearly very important to hear the music as it was intended during the recording. When you have liquid bass or some problem in the higher frequencies, then you have coloration. And that's one thing that we don't do at Rotel. We don't bring in any coloration to your music. Clarity of the audio through all the sources, isolation of the power amp and preamp circuits. That's also super important, because even though you know, digital doesn't really suffer from noise, analog does. That's number one. And when you have noise in the signal, again, you are bringing coloration to the music. Shielded power supply design, that's again linked with the fact not to have any noise in the signal. All that to deliver a very wide sound stage. It's a real life experience. Like, if it's a big band playing throughout Rotel electronics and here X5 integrated amplifier, you will have a real life experience, as if the big band is in your living room, or if it's a trio, jazz trio, as if the jazz trio is in your living room. One thing to notice, and that's very important, because all speakers claim to be 4 ohms, 8 ohms. Well, actually, in different parts of the spectrums, you have different loads. And sometimes you have loads down to 2 ohms. Some amplifiers can do, some others can't really do it. And that's where it creates a lot of issues. Well, the X5 is capable of driving down to 1 ohm load. That's the rear panel. You can see all the connections, balanced, unbalanced, coaxial, digital, and so forth. That's the beautiful design, the inner design of our X5. You can see this is really a masterpiece, the way it's done. Not so much of, you know, cable, lots of components, of course, but not so many cables. Why? Because we intend to reduce the pass in between your music and all the connections and circuitry inside the X5. Some lifestyle shot, and I'll move to the X3 integrated amplifier. It shares a lot of similarity. It's a class AB architecture with passive cooling. Cooling is very important, because when it runs cool, it lasts longer. There is a wrong interpretation among the electronic manufacturing, where it gets hot, it gets better. That might work for some other areas, but not in electronics. You have to run it cool, and when it runs cool, sorry, you don't have coloration once again, and that's very important. We don't bring any coloration to the signal. We don't bring any coloration to the music. And most importantly, your product, X3, X5, and other Rotel electronics will last longer. When it runs hot, it tends to break sooner. So very important. No fan noise, no maintenance, because it runs cool, and it's a cool running. You've got 200 watts of power into 8 ohms and 350 watts into 4 ohms. It shares the same DAC, AKM 32 bits, with tuned external filter components. We adjust our components. I'll see that a little bit later when I'll get to a few more products. It's got 13 different source inputs, balanced XLR, USB, 32 bits, 384 kilohertz, analog, digital, aptX, Bluetooth for high quality wireless streaming, shielded high current toroidal transformer, again, shielded, very important, so there is no noise that gets into the signal. It's got an array of 4 bulk storage capacitor, okay? The capacitors, as the transistors, you know, what does it do in terms of electronics? Basically, it helps in the PCM mode, and we further isolate the power supplies and the voltage regulators. It's super important. Again, isolation is a key characteristics when we come to electronics and integrated amplifiers and amplifiers as well. All that are specifications, and again, you can find many more specifications on the product specification sheet. You can download it on the on our website. You can also ask our guys at PolarisControls, no problem. But what does it do? And that's the most important, because too frequently in our industry, we're always saying, you know, mine is bigger than yours and blah, blah, and blah, blah. But at the end of the day, what really matters is what you hear and what you perceive. Details with exceptional clarity, that's the utmost importance, okay? Direct bypass for analog signals, acoustic tuning of all the critical circuits. It means that we tune all our circuits in order to deliver the best signal, to deliver the best music. Coupling capacitors, power supplies, filter capacitors, amplifier output devices, capacitors and resistors, in order to be able to bring you clarity and a lifelike experience when you're listening to your music. No coloration again, and I'll say that again and again, because that's of the utmost importance, and that's probably what you will hear from Sonus Faber as well when it comes to transducers that are at the end of the signal, pushing the air to your ear and music to your ears. Again, you know, shield, heat sinks and ventilation, shielding to avoid noise, heat sink and ventilation in order to have a cool and smooth operation. Cooling is very important, as I told you, for the X5. The cooler it is, the better it is for your sound, your music, but also your investment. The dollars that you've put as an end user, if you spend $5,000 on an X3 or $7,000 on an X5, you want that to go throughout the years. You don't want that to break quickly. And that's very important, and that's a key characteristic at Rotel. That's the back panel again. You can see all the connections that we've made. I was saying that the X3 retails for $5,000, the X5 retails for $7,000. That's part of our current catalog, ready to order, ready to ship. If you want it, we have it. Sorry, I'll just have a sip of coffee. I'd like to introduce a few new models for this year, 2021. Before we start, I really would like to stress the importance of all that I'm about to reveal. It's absolutely confidential information. So please, if you take screenshots, if you take notes, if you take pictures of your screen, keep it for yourself for now, because we have some embargo dates that I'll show during the presentation. So I rely on you not to put that on the web as soon as the webinar is finished. A14 MK2 integrated amplifier. The A14 is a huge success. It's the flagship model in the 14 series, and we decided to come with an MK2 version. In the 14 series family of Rotel products, it's delivering 80 watts of class AEB amplification into 8-ohm speakers, powered by our A14 that is in-house manufactured by ourselves, including the oversized toroidal transformers and an array of 4 high-efficiency slip-foil bulk storage capacitors, delivering effortless acoustic performance. It's a fully redesigned digital to analog circuit topology utilizing that uses a Texas Instruments 32-bit 384 kilohertz DAC with exhaustive tuning and hand selection. Yes, hand selection. We pick components by hand, we hear them, we test them, we tune them. tuning and hand selection of all critical components, delivering a fuller, a richer, and a more balanced presentation of the music. Again, we are back into that. I can give you all the specifications that you want. At the end of the day, what really matters, what counts, is your music. We've improved the power supply and the amplifier gain stage to further refine the audio, whether you're listening a big band or an orchestra or a solo vocalist. The A14 MK2 supports your favorite sources, including analog, digital, of course, USB with MQA, high quality wireless aptX, and AAC Bluetooth streaming. We also have a moving magnet phono stage for the vinyl fans. I think you also have a webinar with Project, if I remember correctly. So pretty important. So if you put our A14 MK2 with a nice pair of Sonus Faber speakers and a good project turntables, we will deliver, and I can guarantee this will be the most outstanding sounds you will ever hear. The A14 is certified Roon, tested to be able to deliver the best experience using the Roon software. So finally, you can fully enjoy your music. Following the A14 MK2, we are also coming with the RA1572 MK2 integrated amplifier. I'm sorry. The RA1572 MK2 integrated amplifier is an essential component for music lovers, leveraging the best of us in terms of Rotel, analog, and digital technologies, bringing music to life with exceptional fidelity. Again, fidelity is no coloration. The music that you hear is the music how it was intended to be while recording. The roles of the integrated amplifier continues to evolve with the RA1572 MK2 with a robust Class AB output into 8 ohms, audio circuit designs innovations, premium audiophile digital to analog converter, and a full complement of source inputs. You will have access to all those specifications with product specification sheets that you will be able to download from our website and also ask our team members at PolarisControls. The RA1572 MK2 supports digital sources using again here, Texas Instruments 32-bit 384 kilohertz DAC with critically tuned output filter circuits, rendering even the most subtle details. Details is about everything. When you have clarity and when you are able to listen each and every detail in your music, this is how you can really define a great electronic component. The preamplifier circuits and linear amplifier gain stages have been custom engineered, ensuring natural detail, agility, and a super immersive soundstage. Analog, digital, USB supporting MQA, aptX, and AAC wireless Bluetooth streaming, coupled with XLR balance and moving magnet phono stage inputs, all that ensure a full connection to your favorite sources. The RA1572 MK2 is certified Roon tested, delivering again the best experience using the Roon software so you can truly enjoy your music. For third product coming this year, RA1592 MK2 integrated amplifier. Whether you're a seasoned audiophile or a casual listener, the time has never been better to be a music lover. A nearly limitless supply of music is at your fingertips, accessible via streaming, digital mediums, classic vinyls, and much more. The RA1592 MK2 integrated amplifier includes circuit design innovations, optimization of audio signal paths, updates to critical power supply components, delivering a breathtaking performance with dynamic rhythm and timing. We are using our best-in-class preamplifier topology and our award-winning power amplifier. The RA1592 MK2 has no compromise. It's size efficient, and it's all-in-one integrated audio products. It delivers a 200 watts per channel into 8 ohms, powered by your own in-house manufactured toroidal transformer, feeding an array of slit foil capacitors for rich, deep, controlled bass energy. Again, remember what I said at the beginning of the presentation. Controlling the bass energy is super important. Why? Because if you're not controlling, if you don't have like solid control over the bass frequencies, the bass energy, chances are that you will have resonant frequencies in your living room. And the next thing that you're going to do is that you're going to spend quite a substantial amount of money into acoustics, which should not be. Most of the problems can be solved at the source, and it should not be solved by tuning acoustics of your room. Again, the RA1592 MK2 supports all your favorite sources, including analog sources, XLR, digital, aptX, AAC, wireless Bluetooth, USB supporting MQA, and a 32-bit 384 kilohertz PCM, a moving magnet from the stage. The digital to analog conversion uses a TI Texas Instruments premium DAC with precisely tuned output filter circuits, delivering unprecedented acoustic details, wide soundstage, and exacting positioning. The RA1592 MK2 is certified Roon tested, delivering the best experience using the Roon software. So here again, you can enjoy the best of your music. Let me go back because I think I was too enthusiastic and I forgot to mention the prices. Retail price for A14 MK2 is going to be $1,600 US. For the RA1572 MK2, it's going to be $2,200 US. And finally, for the RA1592 MK2, that's going to be $3,300. Will also come later this year because you will see for the 3 integrating amplifiers that I mentioned just before, it's coming pretty soon. But later this year, we'll also come with MK2s of the RC1572 and RC1590 preamplifiers. Basically, and again, when the time comes, we will deliver more specifications, but we have better power supply, better DAC, critical audio circuits, updates and separation, isolation, input and output connections will remain pretty similar. We will remove the DSD function from the USB input, but we will add support of MQA and MQA Studio. There's going to be a price change. The MK2 version of the 1572 RC is going to be $1,500 US, and the MK2 version of 1519 RC is going to be $2,150 US. That's that may change when we are getting closer to the final pilot production, and we will give you the final exact price when we can really confirm. Sonic and acoustic improvements in everything. That goes for the integrated amplifiers, but also for the preamplifiers. As you can see, we handpick our components, we test them, we ensure that there is no mix and match. It's only match. We match all our components to fit together. So when we buy a batch, we test them all, we ensure they have all the same characteristics and that they answer to the same specifications. So from one unit to the other, one circuit to the other, you have a continuity and you have a stability in quality. That's very important. Coupled capacitor architecture of the Michi series, wider soundstage. It improves the definition in vocals and the voice frequencies and better separation of the instruments. That's super important. And again, that's one thing perhaps Paulo Tetson at Sonus Fiber is going to mention. for a transducer, for a woofer or a tweeter, what's very important, one very important factor is the rigidity. Well, the coupling capacitor architecture does exactly the same. It's kind of the rigidity. And what does it do exactly? Let's assume that you're taking a picture. And when you're taking a picture, you're taking a picture with your camera. You have the zoom and you have the focus. Okay, that's the focus. The coupling capacitor, that's the focus in being able in that picture to have clarity. In the music, it's the separation of all the instruments that are very clear, being the bass guitar or the guitar or the drum set or the vocals. Everything is well drawn. You can really hear everything perfectly where they were intended to be, to the contrary of being completely blurred. That's very important. Power supply components of the tribute with a deeper, stronger bass energy. Again, and I will have to repeat, but I really want you to understand that controlling the bass is perhaps 80% of the job. If you're not controlling the bass energy, then it's a mess in your listening experience. It's a mess in your living room. It's a mess wherever you might be listening your music. So having a very, very crunchy, solid, clear, and controlled bass in the lower part of the spectrum is of the utmost importance.
Let me interrupt you, Jean Philippe, for a second.
Yep. Sure.
Es importante lo que Jean Philippe está diciendo. Adicionalmente, Jean Philippe tiene una maestría en lo que es sonido. Es una persona muy técnica desde el punto de vista de audio. Eso fue lo que él estudió. Así que podemos francamente determinar que si el especialista en audio lo está diciendo, es muy cierto. El control del bajo es esencial a todos estos equipos. Thanks, Jean Philippe.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot to mention, because vice president of sales and marketing doesn't really cut it, and who cares about titles? I graduated as a sound and acoustic engineer. That's my first degree. I've been a sound engineer in studios. I've been a roadie, doing a stage setup and more frequently actually dismantles, because this is where I could find some jobs when I was 20 something. So what I'm saying is that sound is my passion. This is what I do, and this is what I will do in the future for sure. Thanks for interrupting me so I can regain my voice. Enough of specifications and all that. You can find all those information on our website. I'm super happy to answer any questions that you may have now or by email or whatever, WhatsApp, Viber. I'm always available, and I'm always super happy to interact, connect with the people that are really working for our products. So never hesitate to get in touch with me. I'd like to give you a little timeline regarding those products. So A14 MK2, RF1572 MK2, RF1592 MK2 are going to be released very, very soon, April 19th. Today we are the 14th, so in 5 days from now. We will go live on our website. There will be lots of things that you can download. We will also update our price list so we can be in touch with you. And of course, PolarisControls team can be in touch with you as well. For the preamps, RC1572 MK2, RC1590 MK2, that's supposed to come in May, but I'd like to be a little bit more careful. You never know. We're still a month and a half from the release, and there are a few things that we would like to confirm. For the moment, let's focus on April 19th for the 3 integrated amplifiers that are coming. Product availability, the schedule. We will start shipping, and it will be available for you to order soon, and probably it will be able to reach you wherever you are in Latin America or the Caribbean around May. As I was mentioning, for all that, we have marketing assets and resources, product photography, everything is downloadable, okay? Product photography, product specifications, product catalog, website content, social media content. That's something that I really would like to address. If you're doing social media content, please lean on us in a way that you're using our resources. If each of us are doing our own stuff from one corner of the world to the other, then the brand gets diluted a little bit, and we have to avoid that. So please use our social media content to feed your Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. Press release draft, also downloadable. That's the product specification sheet that I was mentioning. Social media resources, again, we're very active on Facebook, Instagram, and also YouTube. Please like us, subscribe to our channel. We will like you back, and let's work together on that. Finally, I'd like, this is my end note. So first, I'd like to thank you for bearing with me for almost 35 minutes now with the strong French accent. You're very brave, so thank you very much. 2020 has been a very challenging year. I'm currently in France. I'm into my 3rd lockdown, so I can say that 2021 seems to be like a renewal of 2020. Despite all that, we've been very successful. We've been very successful in Latin America, thanks to you, because you are part of this success, and that's very important. I know there's been a couple of changes. Those changes are not easy. We took over the brand from a complicated situation. I'm not going to go in details right now, but it hasn't been easy. I'd like to thank PolarisControls as well, because they've been doing a mesmerizing job, to be honest. And for me personally, it's been a real pleasure to be working with them. I'd like for 2021 to do even better. I'm not talking about numbers and sales specifically. This will come, and I have no doubt. No, I'd like 2021 to be better in terms of I can come to Latin America and spend time with PolarisControls, set up systems together, enjoy some good music, perhaps with a beer, and for sure visit you and be on the road with you and go see customers, so we can fight for our products and what we do at Rotel, at Sonus Faber, but also at Project and Sumiko Phono cartridges. Michi has been a very, very successful brand. It's really elevating Rotel, so let's continue and keep working on Michi as we've been working on Rotel. And all the tribute versions have been very, very a success, really confirming that Rotel is the leader in affordable audio segment. Our positioning at Rotel has never been better. And again, you're part of this success. So I really would like to thank you. And I'd like to continue building our success with you, and including each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, JP. Thanks a lot for your time. Bueno, señores, le agradecemos realmente a Jean Philippe de Grupo McIntosh. Vamos a estar continuando entonces en unos minutos. Creo que no hubo alguna pregunta, so there were no questions asked on the chat, so I believe everything was clear. I do believe that when we start shipping those products, probably questions will come. So thanks a lot, JP, for the information. Vamos a continuar entonces. Son las y 35, estamos en 25 minutos entonces, comenzando con el lanzamiento de nuevas líneas de Lumina con Sonus Faber. Vamos a tener con nosotros a Paolo Tezón. Paolo es el embajador de la marca de Sonus Fabri, uno de los principales diseñadores de la misma, así que va a estar súper interesante. Los invitamos a que nos acompañen. Les agradecemos mucho la atención. También les comentamos, para los que no pudieron estar con nosotros el día de ayer en todas las charlas, ya está en nuestro canal de YouTube. Hay un playlist creado que se llama 2021 PolarisControls Summit. Ya están todos los videos del día de ayer subidos para los que los quieran revisar. Les agradecemos la atención. Les vamos a estar enviando entonces el link por WhatsApp, por correo. También tuvimos un MailChimp hoy en la mañana, perdón, ayer en la noche, con toda la información. Así que los vemos entonces en el próximo webinar. Muchas gracias. Thanks, JP.
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.